Know what my downside is? No matter how much I might want to, I don't fucking make mistakes. Lo and behold, our factory reset Ronin, hounded by every single Arasaka soldier in Night City for kidnapping Saburo Arasaka's daughter. Kudos to him. I couldn't have fucked this plan up better myself. And after all this, he still wants you to drop by. I don't know who's more whacked, him or us. Just remember to knock 4 times. His head, preferably, against a fucking table. Isn't Search and Destroy a song by the Iggy Pop and the Stooges? Like a pretty good song, if I remember correctly. I think there was a cover of it in Sucker Punch. And then it was like in Guitar Hero 2? Yep. It was on that side of the road. Oh. Are you the elevator? Okay. Take me to the travel point, please. I have to wait for it to get here? It's fake. Okay. We're still reporting on that? That was like 20 hours ago. Shouldn't this be showing the newscast about the Arasaka kidnapping that you just recorded? Not that very long time ago thing with the EMP at the... That was like the beginning of Pan Am's storyline. It's funny because it seems so climactic. It's one of those like one of those big missions that happens in the game. But it was like the 2nd or 3rd Pan Am mission, I think, and then there was a whole chain after that that was relatively low production values. Then there was a tank. Oh, the tank was kind of just awkward and quaint. All that intro to the tank, but you just do it, you have a sex scene in the tank, and then immediately just go on to do the, over here, I guess. There's a sex scene in the tank, and then you do one battle with it that's like 30 seconds long. It's like, that was a lot of fucking setup for this vehicle, and we don't even go on like a proper, like, blow your way through this entire enemy fortress sort of mission or anything. Boom. Boom. And I find out if I'm silly and wrong. I'll be baffled if he actually murdered her. Or he just was lying about the entire pretense of what his goal was, I guess. But like, my guys don't even question the idea that he tranked him.
Okay, come inside, quick. I feared they had caught you.
Nah, no one was even looking for me. It was actually kind of funny.
Now are you gonna tell me what the fuck you were thinking?
I used a sedative.
Oh yeah.
She tried to enable her tracker. I had no choice. I offered her some tea.
You kidnap Hanako Arasaka and offer her a cup of fucking tea.
Yes, she respectfully declined. Tell her the truth about Yorinobu. No embellishment. And state your terms clearly. Perhaps to you, she will listen.
Okay, so oftentimes it's ambiguous where I'm gonna be standing, but that cutscene placed me there, and then he walked through me. They knew I was gonna be standing there.
I was there that night at Konpeki Plaza. I saw Saburo Arasaka die. He wasn't poisoned. That's a lie your brother made up and spread. Yorinobu is the murderer.
You must be mad to think I will listen to such nonsense.
Thing is, I'm damn determined and got nothing to lose. I got your prototype relic jammed in my head. By freak coincidence, it stopped. Then helped me survive. A bullet. And now, it's slowly killing me. One of your personality engrams is overriding itself onto my psyche. And if I don't find a way to stop it, well, it won't end well for me.
Hanako-sama, he is living proof of the terrible crime your brother committed. We can confirm every word he speaks if only you will help him with the relic. Hanako-sama. Did you hear that? Go and check.
You better call these people off or they're all gonna die. Headshot, 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 30,000 damage, 40,000 damage.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Whoa! It seems like her dying might be convenient. Oh, did Skullfucker get her immediately? I forgot his name. That's not fair. If this was gameplay mechanics, I would have won. That's not fair. This game doesn't have grenades that can take me out. And I could have just one-shot headshot all of them. And then it would be me versus Skullfucker. I don't remember his name. Ooh, colors. Ooh, shiny. Okay. Hey, buddy. And you're dead. And you're dead. And you're dead. And you're. That didn't make contact apparently. And you're dead. You're dead. Does more damage from stealth, but as you can see, it does more than enough damage from not stealth. So apparently it doesn't matter that much. Ooh, that's a blue. I like that the minimap shows... Let's compliment the game for a second. I like that the minimap shows loot on it, and the loot is actually coded by rarity. So the X is the color of the rarity of the loot, so you can tell whether or not it's worth doing a sweep. I'm only making things worse for myself. Yes, is that what's happening? Your head just exploded. Your head just exploded. Lots of numbers there.
What the? Don't you fucking dare float off. Not now. Come on, gotta get the fuck out of the city.
My relic has really unfortunate timing. Considering it never freaks out during gameplay, like, ever. Like, it's not like malaria from Far Cry 2, where it's like an ongoing thing I have to deal with mechanically. Or the plague in Pathologic.
Especially for royal fuck-ups like us. AC's busted, dirty needles under the mattress, shitters clogged. No, for real. Who fucking comes here to sleep? We're a couple miles outside Night City. Someone leaving town just keeps driving. Somebody going there sleeps in the damn city. What good's a motel in the middle of nowhere?
For people running from the city like us, basically. Also, why do we keep staying in the same fucking motel with the blood everywhere? Fucking clean this place up.
Fuck!
Just two fucking losers. And I thought we were screwed when Goro kidnapped Hanako.
Mm-hmm. See, decide to cross a corp, this is what happens. You think you just stepped in shit. Actually, you fell head first into a cesspit. Anyone knocks, blast the fucking door. No warning. Not keen on us ending up like Takamura. Hear that?
Car.
At this hour, in this place?
We got
Fuck.
here.
Just one? Finger on the trick, V.
This is not one of my guns. Doesn't even look like a cyberpunk gun. It's like a shotgun. Did they just kill Takamura just like that? That'd be a little surprising.
Not a word.
I have a message for V.
Oh yeah?
Don't touch that door.
Let me use my real guns. Why do I have this
Are you
gun?
asleep? Time to wake up.
Who's there? I said, who's there?
Want the whole motel to hear, or will you let me in?
I'm armed. Don't try anything.
Finally. Ugh.
I just
That on the
exploded
wall,
stuff.
is that blood?
Yeah. Knocked the last star off this dump. So, you were saying, got a message?
Sitting right here. It'll start soon.
What'll start?
It's a doll.
Or a proxy?
I must make one thing clear. I still think you are mad,
Hanako. That you?
but I can fool myself no longer. I believe you.
Why do you think I'm mad then?
How'd you find me?
Did you really think it would be enough to leave the city? Takamura mentioned he had placed a tracker on you. Yet even had he not, when Arasaka wishes to find someone, it finds them.
Porcelain bitch.
Damn shame you didn't believe me earlier. Goro might have still been alive had you.
Would he?
If you invoke his name, remember he did everything for this conversation to happen. That demands respect.
Fine.
We were basically
You're
mid-conversation.
a noble planted a Tanto in the corporation's very heart. I must act while the wound is fresh, and you will help me. You are living proof of his crime and treason.
Like legit, like how in the world would her believing us 10 seconds sooner stop that ambush from happening? We just finished explaining it to her.
Will you sit silent, just so?
You're gonna help me first.
Perhaps I did not speak clearly. We must act quickly.
Well, I'm pretty tight on time, too. Dying, in fact. My dead body would make for a pretty lame-ass witness.
I understand.
Want to know everything you know about Mikoshi.
Mikoshi, one of my father's flagship projects. A data fortress with servers situated on orbital stations all around Earth. Think of it as an archive of personality constructs, digitized psyches.
Try a prison.
A matter of perspective. In any case, that is not where you will find salvation. Not without extensive knowledge of the relic and the construct creation procedure.
Track down your runaway. Hellman was hiding under Kang Tao's wing. We chatted. Think sooner or later the engram will completely consume me. Process can't be stopped.
A surprisingly deterministic conclusion for a man of science.
At the very least, I got my hands on the relic schematics. Got detailed information about its inner workings. Project tech documentation.
All useful. Even more so given that Hellman is still alive. I will contact him and explain that one does not leave Arasaka by the back door.
Managed to make contact with Alt Cunningham.
The Cunningham?
The very same who invented Soul Killer. Using her modified version now.
That should be more than useful.
That's about the extent of what we've got. What now?
Let us meet in person. At Amber's, in the city center. It is discreet. Just remember one thing. From now on, we both must exercise extreme caution. my job done.
Know what?
What?
Think I'd have rather had a wave of Saka elites barge in here.
We got what we wanted. Don't tell me that proxy got to you.
Fuck you.
Come on, think about it. Yesterday, Hanako was living in a world that was completely safe for her. What's she got on her hands now? A foreign city, a homicidal brother, and a fucking thief. It's why she sent a proxy. She's alone. And she's shitting herself more than we are.
Uh-huh. Clink.
What? Did you say clink?
Mm-hmm. Sound of her attaching her leash.
What the fuck was your goal, Johnny? What was the point of any of this? He's so fucking annoying.
What's up? You got a few more words about the porcelain cunt?
Fuck! Shit. Get ready. Fuck.
Oh no, I've got a silver hand. It's spreading. The infection.
Johnny.
You ain't dying yet. I got you.
Johnny.
That smells the sea breeze. Get up. Pacific's beautiful this time of day.
I think he piloted me, so he took over. Because this is not where I was, and he can't move me.
Almost flatlined by that attack.
Almost.
I wasn't even near here, was I?
You're right. Hard to take my eyes off it. We in Pacifica? What's this building?
Old hotel, the Pistis Sophia. We're her sole guests right now. Wanted to show you something. Come on.
Why bring me here? Of all places.
Give me a minute. You'll see.
Tapeworm.
You took over.
Couldn't just leave you there, could I?
Nice.
Yep. Didn't finish that dialogue, apparently.
Sharks, dolphins, octopi. See them all at the Lost Ocean exhibition. So real you don't even notice.
I got you. No talking your way out of this one. You wanted to pop the pill.
Gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Oh, fuck off. I know what you are.
Hey, I saved your ass, got you out of harm's way, and you're still gonna doubt my intentions?
Think I woke up, derailed your plan in the nick of time.
And I think fear of death's got you spewing misdirected anger. Climb through the window. Can manage that, I think.
Oh, the door is boarded up. I just fall directly onto a nail. I kind of can't manage that, apparently.
You wanted to know why I brought you here.
It's broken glass.
There's a hidey hole where I'm standing. Open it. Empty it.
What do you got keeping in here, buddy?
These yours?
They were. Belong to you now.
50 years back. Mexican conflict.
When I was a young pissbrain like you, I enlisted with a Corp army. Was in Mexico when I realized that no matter the conflict, Corps always win. Ordinary people always lose.
So, that the truth you decided to reveal in song?
Well, deserted first. Wound up here, locked in this room. Laid in bed staring at the ceiling fan for a good month.
I wouldn't mind lying down right now, watching the fan till the end of time.
It's why I brought you here. Wasting days, weeks. That's the step I want you to skip.
Too late, I already, like, mostly completed the open world.
Why are you giving me these?
Imagine we're deployed together, fighting in a war, side by side. Would you take a bullet for me?
Dumbass question.
Yes or no?
I would. Yeah.
Tags belong to a man who sacrificed his life for mine in Mexico. Been thinking about our predicament. Want to be clear. I will do you no wrong. When the time comes, it'll be my life for yours. I'll agree to get wiped. Tags are proof of my promise.
Kind gesture, I guess. But you can't really give me something I already have. Body's mine. Always has been. It's my decision, not
Let's
an
not
intruder's.
talk on it anymore for now, okay? You seriously considering Hanako's offer?
It's not wrong. Do you have a single better idea? Like, there's nothing left in the game.
Got a better idea?
Not yet, but I got a request.
Well,
Adam Smasher. Fucker who
There's
got
his
the better
name.
of me. Whatever happens to me, I want him zeroed, gone, tossed into the wind as mulch.
Maybe it'll be like in Kingdom Come Deliverance where they build up a big boss fight for like 20 hours and then I hit him in the head with one arrow and he dies instantly.
seriously?
So, you ready?
Smasher? He suddenly comes to mind? Last time we saw him,
Didn't have a chance to say hello. That's why we gotta find him. Finally end this.
That's your. He's another person motivated by revenge. Well, he already was, but he's double motivated. He's got another revenge mission.
That your dying wish. Revenge.
It's more than that. And I'll need you to take Rogue with you. It's important to me, and it's just as important for her.
Anything else in the hidey hole? No. Is that a condom? And like a little totem and like a flute or something? Huh. Guess he didn't care about anything else in there though. Yeah. It remains one of like probably the two coolest ideas in this game. One is the idea of the relic and the Johnny engram that's overriding my mind and like the horror that concept has. And the other one's probably just the dolls. And it's kind of neat to show them actually have a plot purpose of some sort, but it's like mostly a sidelined thing still. But it is a neat detail. I am getting increasingly distracted by how so many people just. It's like, oh yeah, I got a thing to ask for you. It's time for my revenge plot. And like every character has a revenge plot over and over again to the point where the fucking like, let's go hang out with the trans lady and go race cars. Wee, twisted metal, this is crazy. Anyway, here's my revenge plot. I need to kill this person for revenge. And it's like I feels like the writers kept falling on the same crutch over and over and over again. Like they were just weirdly fixated on this as a plot point, and so like they didn't. I don't know if they even fully realized how much they let it permeate every single character. Because like when we did this in The Last of Us Part 2, it felt like it was very obviously like a core theme of the entire game and a point, like they were making a point, and like they were very intentionally having this motivation set for characters. But in this game, it seems incidental. And I said this in a comment, but it's worth saying in the series too, where it's just like I find it weird that we're playing in a setting that's pretty much defined by its systemic problems. Like that's why this setting largely exists. And yet we're entirely dealing with characters whose entire motivation is about how an individual wronged them over and over again. Like almost nobody really has like even if like they often don't have systemic problems to begin with, or they're not aware of them, but they especially never really strike back against them, which is in some ways is realistic because a lot of people don't really have like don't really deal with like class consciousness or being that aware of like the larger reasons why they have the problems they have, so they scapegoat the problems to smaller things and so on. But like that's not really the plot either. Like the plot isn't really about how people deflect their problems to smaller things. Like there's like a lot of concerning things in like in real life when you have people like in various members of like the what is it kind of like conspiracy theorists in real life that go on about like hating vaccines or thinking the earth is flat and other things like that, and some of them, and then several more even more concerning conspiracies are often about this like feeling that something's wrong in the world and you want to strike back at it, and so like they misdirect that feeling that something's wrong and that there's larger problems in their life, and they redirect them to other things like women aren't in the right place in society and they disrupted the natural order, I'm so red-pilled, or whatever the fuck. Like they deflect into incredibly bizarre places when it's really like, no, there's multi-billionaires hoarding dragons' wealth and you haven't had your minimum wage increased in like 20 years and it's not keeping up with inflation, and you were promised a good future if you went to college, but your college degree at best gets you an internship half the time, and in many cases just leads to you working at Starbucks for, once again, a increasingly lower minimum wage, because every time minimum wage doesn't go up, it goes down. Because if the number stays the same, that number's worth less every year. That's how inflation works. People are like, oh, but minimum wage will make inflation. Inflation's already happening, and minimum wage not keeping up with it just means everyone's just getting worse every year and having a worse life. Like these kinds of aspects, it's just like people misdirect these things. Like they know they're unhappy and they direct them towards much smaller things in many cases, oftentimes individuals and groups of people, and it's a dark rabbit hole to go down. But like that's not what this plot is either. It's a setting full of systemic problems, but almost every character just has a very, very simple conflict with another person, which is that there's just another person who wronged them very directly, so we're gonna go fuck up that person, basically. And that's like an ongoing thing. It's like, that person killed somebody, or me in some cases, let's go kill them. And it's like, I feel like we're on our like 6th iteration of this plot, and it's like there's not nearly enough engaging with the setting, and it's more and more, and it's why it constantly feels like the setting is a backdrop for really familiar storylines, and that's not necessarily the worst thing, but it's also like if you're just going to tell stories that happen to exist in the Cyberpunk universe without utilizing the Cyberpunk that much, at least you want to tell a bunch of different stories, not kind of the same one over and over again. It's getting increasingly weird how often we're touching the same plot points.
So, I gotta tell Rogue everything?
Think I'd better do that.
I don't like that.
Handle it personally. You'll drop the pills from Misty, and I'll steer the ship for a bit.
I'm not at all excited about this plan. Realize that, right?
Just gonna have a quick chat with Rogue about Smasher. Then I'm out, I promise.
Rogue's convenient cover.
For what? Me seizing control of your body at long last?
Or some gonk-ass suicide plan to attack Arasaka again. Know you pretty damn well at this point, Johnny.
For the last time, no secret plan.
Need to know exactly what you plan to do.
I'll tell Rogue the truth. See if she's willing to help.
Hey, Satan kicked me out of hell. Thought I'd swing by.
All I gotta do is mention Smasher. Serve him up on a platter. Muse over the old days. Easy.
Fine. I'll do this. For you.
Appreciate it, thanks. Take me to the afterlife. Promise, you won't regret this.
Feeling better. Should get going.
Still feel a sharp something near your heart.
Doubt that's ever going away.
A sharp something near my heart. Nope.
The hotel Pistis Sophia. That right?
Mm-hmm. Good place to die.
Just not today.
Is that foreshadowing?
Ah, shit!
Act 3. Ooh. Here comes the wibble wobble. Yeah, I think a bit about like the malaria from Far Cry 2, which admittedly I haven't played. Oh, and then the disease from Pathologic 1 and 2, which I have played extensively. And how like in those games, those are like ongoing problems that and like things you have to manage and deal with, and have gameplay concerns as they get better and worse. I click on that. Zoom way the hell in. Yep. When it's a grouped notification, you can't click on it apparently. And by comparison, the degrading mind thing has been a little iffy. It doesn't really ever manifest during gameplay, which is underwhelming in its own way, but it also like doesn't really manifest in the story too often. Like for most of the playthrough, we just get the cool part, which is that Johnny shows up a bunch and talks to us, and like, wow, we got a voice in our head and a guy that shows up everywhere that no one can see. But like the negative ramifications of like my personality being overwritten and me losing track of who I am over time, like those horrifying things only get lip service. We don't get to experience those aspects ourselves, and that's kind of a missed opportunity. Or like moments where I don't get to pick a dialogue choice because Johnny makes it for me, or like some kind of like loss of control from time to time in the like actually affecting the story beyond just like me going like and then usually playing the exact same line of dialogue where he goes shit in like the same tone every time. Like those in fact those are so repetitive and play the same voice line and animation that I actually genuinely started to think they were randomized, but they always happen right when I start a story cutscene. So in the main, and only in the main quest usually. So I think they're pre-set freak-out moments, which is funny because they sound like an RNG thing that's happening in the middle of a cutscene, interrupting it. Partly because it almost feels unacknowledged. An additional missed opportunity here, I suppose, is the fact that we don't know who I am. Like, what is my backstory, and what is my personality like, and who am I? Like, because we skip over the entire backstory of my character, and we never meet a backer or know really what happened with the backers, and you have to like do some deep digging to even figure out because the game's not particularly concerned at teaching you that stuff. And then when you get to Night City with Jackie, you spend 6 months with Jackie, being best buds, and it's all off camera except for a little montage of stuff, which, in a way, that montage is its own kind of infringement, because if you are trying to roleplay a character, that could be full of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily do with your character or something, or it's establishing that your character is a preset character, and roleplaying is kind of a farce to begin with, because your character just already has a set personality, and here's the montage of how your character would behave no matter what you had in mind. But because the montage is so quick and we get so few interactions with Jackie, we don't really get a strong idea of who V is as a person, so they can't really have him get corrupted by Johnny and suddenly start acting more like Johnny in ways that are noticeably not like V, because V is both malleable and poorly defined to begin with. And so they set up this idea, and in many ways I think a lot of the ideas here, from the gameplay to most of the mechanics we have to even elements of the story, are all undercut by the insistence on having an open world. And it's like, oh, we're the guys that made Witcher 3, so we gotta make another giant open world game with tons of side content, right? That's the only way to do it. And among other things, like that's almost certainly contributed to the fact that the game didn't get finished, and so it's its own kind of wreck. But if the game was less of an open world and more of a linear sequence of missions, closer to, like, say, the smaller hub of Deus Ex: Human Revolution, or even just an entire, or even just a series of missions that are in isolated locations like Mass Effect or Alpha Protocol, this game might have been more playable and more coherent, and it had better pacing, and also it had more, because of the somewhat linearity of having those like be sort of fixed missions that you can make choices within. They could do more with the story along the way and not have it be such a weird thing. To the point where we are right now, like, it's surprisingly hard to piece together the story because you get it in such a weird piecemeal, like, reverse order way. It's like, yeah, ultimately, it took me a while to realize this, but like, the Voodoo Boys were ultimately the ones who were going to buy the chip, so they were the ones that Evelyn was doing the heist for. And so it was them in the first place that it orchestrated this entire thing. They weren't just like a olive branch potential solution that we pursued afterwards. Like, they were behind the entire story. That those people that almost felt like a side hub of like throwaway stuff just for us to get to the wall in the AI place. Like, no, they're the ones that wanted the chip in the first place from Arasaka. They're the reason the entire plot happened. And they tried to kill me twice, basically. I was supposed to die from that mission. I was supposed to die when I went to, like, when I was trying to introduce myself to their leader. In order to quote-unquote prove myself, they sent me on a mission that I was supposed to die from there. And then I think I was also supposed to basically die when they were trying to deal with me in the net stuff too, maybe. And it's just like, there's just an active attempt to like get rid of me at every step. You doing okay? I feel like I've seen a kid that looked like exactly like her. The kids trip me out, man. Like, they trip me out so hard. Can your hair even get that long? That young? I guess it would. It's just like a long... Having that kind of hairstyle is like a long-term commitment that you really have to like plan for in advance. This kid's got my hair. That's not a kid. They look like a kid when all I could see was their head. But she's got my hair. You are a metal person. From Arasaka Tower, I guess? Are they just entirely synthetic bodies? Is that their thing?
Hello there.
Is that their shtick? Why are there just... I can't get over how there's so many roaming kids that are just completely alone. Walking in random directions. Dressed like adults. And they're so weird. I wouldn't have thought it was that weird if this game just didn't have kids. But the kids are so aggressively strange. What's up? I'm always armed. Whoa! We're that late in the game? You reached the point of no return. If I go in there, I'll be locked out of all unfinished side jobs and side activities until my entire main jobs are complete. Okay. Wow. I guess I'll be playing something else relatively soon-ish. Well, who knows how long that part of the game will take. Okay, come on, ISIS. Best ISIS, can you fucking call me? I'm literally, like, running out of shit to do. Okay, yeah, right, Afterlife was a different mission anyway. Let's go deal with Atom Smasher. Badoop badoop. Ooh. Okay, so there's 3 acts, basically. There's Act 1, which is the heist, which is over relatively quickly. Then Act 2 is the open world, essentially. You can do the open world during Act 1, at least some of it, but you're clearly missing out, because I don't think they scripted a bunch of Jackie stuff, so I doubt Jackie shows up in the open world much. But if you do all that open world stuff without doing the heist first, then you miss out on Johnny Silverhand dialogue. Because he's with you, like, all the time, and he snarkily responds to whatever the fuck's going on. Whereas Jackie, I think, only shows up if you go on the main missions. So it's best to finish all of Act 1 without doing any open world stuff, as far as I can tell. Maybe one or two things that are specific to those characters. Shit. Load game. That should be good. That's like a minute ago, right? I forgot. I was putting points into pistols. Since clearly that's where I'm going lately. My build's a wreck. And yeah, for Act 2, you have the massive open world and a bunch of side stuff, and then your main plot splits into 3 parallel storylines that you can complete in any order. There was a really clear gate going on, because when I talked to her, she had dialogue specifically about, like, have you done the 2 other storylines? And it's like checks on those 2 other storylines. And so it specifically reflects those other storylines. Very noticeably. The headshot damage multiplier goes up. My god. What a nightmare thing to have the ability to upgrade. But yeah, it's like, okay, but yeah, that was like, you have reached the end of this guy storyline. Have you completed the other 2 storylines? And then I was like, yes, I have. Like, okay, time to end Act 2. And here we are.
Welcome back. So, ready? Rogue should be here any minute.
Good to see you. How's it going?
No new dialogue with her. You turned out to have a whole thing with you, didn't you?
So, ready?
I guess this is the spot.
Here any minute.
Okay.
No, I pressed F to talk. God damn it. I didn't even see the dialogue I picked. I said press F to talk, and the moment I pressed F, dialogue choices popped up and immediately got picked.
About fucking time.
Look a little different. Fuss with your hair or...
Fuck, it's good to be back.
Never knew you'd gone off somewhere. What's your poison?
You're right, Claire? Claire? You okay?
Hog still churning under that skull?
You okay? Oh, this is creepy. Johnny taking over, but I'm still playing as Johnny. What the fuck? Wait, what? Why am I picking choices?
Tequila old-fashioned. Top it up with beer. Just sprinkle in some chili.
Silverhand special. Been a while since anyone ordered that.
Was she supposed to be dropping stuff in? You doing okay?
Give me another.
Got it.
She's so fast. But she appears to just be pouring tequila and nothing else is happening. So I guess it makes sense she's pretty fast. Are the other glasses vanishing? Okay. I don't know if that count makes sense.
Hog still
what
churning
I
under
need
that
now.
skull? Is it on the menu?
Information. Cassius Ryder. He's still breathing.
Tattoo guy? Haven't seen him in a good long while. You have to check up on him yourself. Works in Watson, down on Pershing.
That one's empty.
So what'll it be? Billy Goat or the other one?
What? What are you doing to my body? What is the context here?
Thought it over.
Billy Goat. style.
Am I getting a tattoo?
He's gonna love it. Sure he will.
Jeremiah Grayson. Heard he's an operator for Smasher. But you didn't hear that from me.
Hey, who are you again?
It's...
Could say we had something in common. Ruby Collins. Sloppy second for Grayson after I banged her.
He's getting me tattoos. This is the state we're in. Get out of my way, cardboard man.
Hey! What the?
Hey, drink slinger.
You alright? You struggling?
Más rápido!
It's good to see they're finally playing with the idea of me having to share a body with someone.
Left or right?
I don't know.
I got something better.
You just take both of them?
What? You've heard about me?
Let's get out of here. Tell you what I heard.
They're doing a Matrix reference.
Right. Just got a little biz to take care of first.
They had him pick a red pill or a blue pill. Oh. Gross. He's still wearing the stupid fucking helmet the whole time.
Yo! Get your fucking balls off Ruby. She ain't going anywhere with you.
Okay.
She's on that clock, got it?
36,000 damage headshot.
Fuck, I missed this. Be waiting outside.
Is he supposed to be holding a cigarette? Oh, there it is.
You waiting for me?
Let's go back to my place.
Okay, this Silverhand, this has consent problems. Am I about to get Wonder Woman?
Where to?
Martin Street. But take the long way.
Using somebody else's body to have sex is definitely rape.
Look good on you. Got a light?
I don't know. I don't get how this is a plot point twice in the same year, but apparently it is. Real nice of you to break the window and then make her sit in broken glass. Why was she even driving? What was... Wow, you really fucked up her day.
Fuck. We could have died.
Ruby.
Maybe I'll call.
Ruby, focus. I need to talk to Grayson.
Oh, you're just going after somebody. It was all a thing. It's drawn on a condom.
Hello, Night City.
Oh, he took it with the pill that he uses to suppress me.
V. Spit blood first thing every morning?
Talk about something else, please.
Sure. First time you walked up, sensed there was something familiar about you.
Blah, blah. Johnny told you.
Wait, we didn't see the Johnny conversation? We saw all that other shit, but we didn't see the Rogue and Johnny conversation. That was like the reason we did it.
Gonna make me wait all day?
Did we, you know.
No. Gonk was too drunk. He called me early morning. Of course, I thought it was you. And I thought, cute kid. Too bad he's gone completely whacked.
Came to see for yourself, huh? Morbid curiosity?
Mm-hmm. And I found Johnny Silverhand.
Feels, weird. This. You knowing about Johnny.
I've told several people.
Face is changing, you know? Still look like V, but that mean smirk, I'd know it anywhere. How he talks, moves, how he smokes.
I don't smoke.
I know. Could never confuse you two. So sleep soundly.
I think I was supposed to be getting a tattoo. Can't see my arm. But my arm was misaligned in the tattoo machines. The tattoo, it was like stabbing like all the way through my arm. Like it wasn't the needle part, it was like the thick like stem or whatever the fuck that the needle came out of was already, it was like piercing through my arm.
Smasher. He tell you about him?
Yes. Didn't know he'd come back to NC. Johnny found some way to get at him.
Wait. Grayson.
Jeremiah Grayson. Works for Smasher. Johnny got a tip off some stripper, don't ask me how. Ebonique. Just that. Still, let me see what I can do. We're gonna get that son of a bitch.
Know what Smash has been up to all this time?
Disappeared after the Sokka Tower assault in 2023. All thought he was gone for good.
Then suddenly reappeared. Did a few Mondo jobs for Arasaka, then went right back to ground. Nobody's seen him in years. Except Grayson, apparently.
And Evelyn.
Can I help at all?
In your state? You're useless. Almost. Hollow buzz you when I learn something.
Okay.
Unbelievable that bastard's somewhere in your head.
More.
Oh, fuck.
What was that?
Oh, fuck. Never again.
Had no idea the pills would lay you out like this.
Maybe it wouldn't be bad if you hadn't chased him down with fuck knows what. You ought to be the one puking right now.
Yeah, well, life ain't fair.
Yeah, you sure picked the right moment to bolt out of my body.
Ought to be happy I left it all.
For a moment there, it did seem like you were thinking about staying. I mean, you had such a good time.
Don't trust me after all, huh?
I know you thought about it. Saw it.
I did exactly what we agreed. Let's get out of here.
So they went the route of making the takeovers a thing you like opt into via the pills. Which is kind of unfortunate, because yeah, it makes it really mechanical. Like it means it'll only happen during really specific parts of the story, where you specifically to do a thing that enables it to happen. Because the game's so open and non-linear, they can't just have you getting gradually worse because they don't know when you'll do what and so on. And also, it wouldn't be fun for mainstream audiences.
Puke all over the carpet, no problem. Beggar, not chooser.
I've probably killed people here before. Yeah, didn't they go up that side and I shot them here and so on? Or it's just another copy of the same place. I think that one might have been in a more open, deserty sort of spot. Probably the same building copy-pasted. Yum 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 yum. No, that was worth crafting though, they were all consumables. It feels like a little bit of missed opportunity. Because there was that concern like, oh god, there he is, he's taking over, I don't know what he's gonna do. How's this gonna work out for me? What is this gun? Get rid of this random ass gun that took over my inventory. This is why we need a favorite system. Like, so that the guns I care about can be separated from loot. I'm trying to look at my wrist to see if I can make out the... Because he tattooed me, didn't he? I can't tell. It seemed like he was getting a tattoo. It's hard to tell for sure if it's a tattoo or if it's a Ripper Doc. Because both exist. He was covered in tattoos. I think they said an animal name. Ugh. Ever have your face just sort of fall off? What a great time. That'd be really horrifying. So we have another waiting mechanic. Ballsy of you to put a waiting mechanic in an Act 3 mission when we're running out of things to do at this point. Read the message from the unknown sender. I have 16 messages again. Who's El Cesar? It's Takamura. Knock 4 times. So that was the, knock 4, that's why he said knock 4 times. I was wondering why Johnny Silverhand said that. El Cesar. Look, our family just got bigger. Thanks for letting me go that time. You got a big heart for a merc. Oh, almost forgot. Michaela said hi. Oh, that was the, the fighter with the pregnant girlfriend. El Cesar. All I said is El Cesar. Okay. Thanks. How's my baby holding up? She's still purring? It's been collecting dust in the garage. I'll just lie. You kidding? I'm still head over wheels, get it? Never touching another ride again. I've never driven it. I got this used Xi'an now. Not bad, but you can't really compare. At least I can sleep at night knowing my old ride's in good hands. It's in a garage. I don't even know where they go. Technically, I leave them in a street somewhere, and then they somehow appear later. Let's meet. No-tell motel, room 210. What do you want? Okay. Okako Okoda. You and Takamura. I rarely admit to my mistakes, but this time I will make an exception. I underestimated your determination. Jordan Takamura's. All I ask is that you keep my name entirely out of this affair. Of course, I will return it the favor. Present from the Tiger Claws? Coach Fred. Joss Kutcher. Hey V, just wanted to update you on Randy. He's slowly easing back into things. It's hard to believe, but it looks like everything's gonna be alright. You can't imagine how grateful I am. I'm sending you a still of Randy. I'll hope it won't be long before you can thank you in person. You didn't send me there's no picture? River Ward. Thanks for dropping by. Had a good time. Thanks for inviting me. I had a nice time too. Your family's awesome. Well, my family thinks I've got an awesome friend. Thanks for everything, V. You should come over again soon. Maybe we'll kiss on the water tower again. That was crazy, I guess. Really are no words for it though, huh? Stay in touch. Hang in there, V. Do. Well, I guess we're off to the no-tell motel.
Better.
No.
You're still here, so that's not great. Anyway, this is mine now. Don't even need keys or anything. You just hop in, you're like, my motorcycle. You own this? I own this. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, look, we're just like that. Vroom. We're completely back on our feet. No side effects. No ramifications. What memory engram? What relic? I'm chipper. Oh, I almost got hit by a car. I would have been significantly less chipper than chipped at best. Scuffed, as the children say.